it's Ursula with Tattoo.com, and we are here today with a very sexy lady. This is model Miss Daphne Rose. How are you, Daphne?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for having me.
Good. We're so glad you're here. We do want to ask you a few questions,
Okay.
mostly about your tattoos, just a little bit about your work. So first of all, I want to get started, as we can see your lovely arm here. I was just wondering, how old were you when you got your first tattoo, and what was your inspiration, and how did your family feel about it?
Well, I was 15 when I got my first tattoo. Hopefully my dad doesn't see this, because he still doesn't know. But I got it on my back, and I did it in a gentleman's basement, because where I'm from, it was illegal to tattoo anywhere. Like, nobody could even have a shop, so you had to have home businesses. But, you know, he shouldn't have done it because I was 15, but it was a butterfly with zebra stripes in it on my lower back, and I proceeded to hide it for 8 months from my family. I would tie sweaters around my waist, and when I'd go to school, I would take them off to feel cooler. And,
cool.
Yeah, right?
Oh, hey,
what's that? And so eventually she found it, and I got punishment of 6 months of dishes duty, and I was told to never get another one again, which, like,
you didn't listen,
parents, reverse psychology.
Yeah.
But I turned 18, and then I got a rose over top of it because it was slightly crooked. Like, it was a cool tattoo, but it was just the slightest bit crooked, so I had it redone at 18 legally in Daphne.
Not in someone's basement.
No, not in someone's basement.
You didn't have to do dishes that time?
My mom, like, I told my mom about it, and she liked it. I still hid it from my father, because he loves Jesus a lot, so I didn't want to, like, make him cry. But obviously, when I got this one, I couldn't hide anymore. But my inspiration, my middle name is Rose, and so I thought, like, ooh, pretty Rose. But I always liked zebras, and I don't know, what else does a 15-year-old go with but a butterfly?
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of thought behind it. I started doing it out of, like, you know, like when you're a girl and you're, like, sad your boyfriend breaks up with you or something, so you get a new haircut. Like, I would get, like, a piercing or a tattoo.
That's a good way to handle it, instead of a makeover.
I was happy.
Hair,
my adrenaline boost.
Yeah,
but
I think that's awesome.
I stopped doing it for that reason, and I started planning the sleeve. And I play piano. This is I don't know if you can see, it's not finished yet, of course, but this is a musical staff, and I've played piano since I was 5. I don't get to play as much anymore. It's not like riding a bike. I'm not as good as I used to be, so I get sad. But, like, this is my motivation. Like, keep playing. You tattooed it on yourself.
Yeah.
And then these are roses, but I wanted them to look like bronzed roses, like kind of like bronzed baby boot, because I didn't want to have, like, red all over.
Yeah, I think it looks nice.
Thank you. But every firstborn girl in my family's middle name is Rose, so, you know, it's, like, semi-cheesy, but I just thought, oh, it's pretty, it'll, like, accompany it well. But, my tattoo artist did an awesome job on the coloring, and I'm very happy, so that's the inspiration for that.
Very cool. So, I want to know, do you get a lot of compliments on your tattoos? Do you get stopped on the streets, and, you know, what do people say about it?
I get a lot of compliments from people, for sure. I had, like, my favorite compliment I ever got. I had just gotten the line work done, and I was working as a butcher, and I had this old nun that always...
Butcher?
Yeah,
You?
butcher in Iowa. Give me a break. What else do you do there?
You're a butcher.
Yeah, this lady, she was a nun, and she always came in the full dress, and she, I had never noticed, like, it's long sleeve, you know, long everything, and she was like, oh, I really like your tattoo, as I'm handing her like, package of pork chops that she always got. I'm like, thank you, and she's
it was
like,
a nun.
It was
That's
a nun.
awesome.
It gets better. She's like, check out mine. She, like, rolls up her sleeves, and she's got full sleeves.
Wow,
she has leg tattoo. Yeah, that was my favorite compliment.
That's awesome.
But people do compliment me. I have probably...
Maybe she's watching this right now, by the way.
That'd be awesome. Hi. Well, I'm trying to think. Most people are nice. I was just going to tell you, because I do modeling every once in a while, people will be like, I'd love to shoot you, but I hate tattoos. And I usually go, well then, don't shoot me. Go.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. If you get any, you know, there's still some some misconception and some stigma around females getting tattoos. Of course, it is getting a little bit more mainstream and more popular, but there's still, some people, especially some older people, still are like, oh, why is a girl? So, I mean, do you get any negative feedback or don't get a job because of it? Or
they'll write, would have loved to use you, but you don't look innocent enough or sweet enough or whatever it might be. But most of them, I find, I get to fall in the middle, and they'll be like, I don't like tattoos, but yours are still like pretty and girly, and I like what you've done, and you don't have like a giant skull on your chest, which I have no problem with that either. Like, I think that's cute, but I just usually go like, whatever. You can't change everybody. So I tend to like still make it in the niche of like, I don't like tattoos, but I'll still shoot you, kind of thing. Yeah.
That works. As long as there's a middle ground, I think, even if not everybody's interested, but if there's a little bit. So, also, I was wondering, we're talking to females here and males that are going to get their first tattoo, or are thinking about getting a tattoo, or not exactly sure. So, I mean, do you have any advice of, how it can affect your career, or just your life, or, just any advice on how you feel about tattoos?
Career is a big one. When I was a butcher, I had to wear long sleeve shirts when I had started getting my work done. But most places of employment, like, you don't really, like, maybe you have a uniform, or they just, it's a no-go, like, don't do it. So it's always good to check. Or, like, if you're 18 and you don't know what you want to do when you grow up, I always knew I was going to do, I went to school to be a makeup artist and a hairstylist as well, but I get bored easily. And I just never even really did it. I just kept butchering, paid more. So I kept doing that. But I knew that my job was going to be okay to have it. However, I never planned to do modeling. And when I started doing modeling, there was moments of regret that maybe I had waited. Like, I just never considered I'd be a model and that it would affect my career.
Right.
But it was a decision I made, and I still find modeling niches for tattoo people and things like that. But you definitely want to think about it before you go and like get something that you can't cover with clothes, because that can affect you.
Of course.
But get it, if you can do it. Don't
I agree. Do you plan to get more? I mean, I know you said you want to finish the sleeve, but do you plan to get more on your other arm or chest?
I have one like rib piece designed at the moment that I think I'm going to get, and then I'm probably going to be done. It's going to be like a big tree with like a little girl on a swing and her hair flying back and white.
Cute.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of tree work lately. It's a lot of different styles of the tree. I like the tree.
My new tattoo artist is awesome at it, so I'm like psyched to have him do the work, because I think it'll look really amazing. And I know that, as you said, there's a lot of trees, and for me it does have meaning, but at the same time I want it to look like a different tree.
Of course. And that's the point. Tattoos have stories, and tattoos have meaning, and every tattoo is special to every individual person. So, I mean, that's the most important part, is as long as it even has meaning to you, even if someone does have something that looks similar, at least if you can say, well, this is what it means to me, and that's all that matters. I mean, it's your body and it's your story.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I hate when people say, like, that's such a cliche tattoo or such a cheesy tattoo about somebody else, because personally, whether they got it when they were drunk that night having a great time with their friends, or whether, like, the Tasmanian Devil happens to be their favorite cartoon, I think, like, you should not go around saying stuff is cheesy.
Right, of course, I agree. So I did want to ask, who is your tattoo artist? What shop did you get your work done at, or who are you working with right now?
I'm currently working with Todd Townshend at Studio City Tattoo, and he is awesome, very fun to work with, and I have to say, like, the least painful tattoo artist I've ever worked with, because I know some people are heavy-handed, and I was noticing, I'm like, I'm not bleeding very much, and he was just like, you don't have to bleed, So he's great, and I recommend him 100%.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, and your work is beautiful, just like you.
Thank you so much.
So good luck with finishing it and with your other tattoos.
Cool. Thank you so much. Great to be here.